Hello, guys. Let me know if you can hear me well. Hi, everyone. So we're going to wait a little bit to make sure that everyone's here. Just let me know if you can hear me well, please, guys. Hello, everyone. So today, as you may know, because you clicked to be part of this live, we're going to be talking about how to post. So, yes, first of all, I want to know where you are all from because this is really interesting for us to know, like the countries that are seeing us here. Thank you so much for letting me know that you can hear me. So yes, guys, I'm really excited. This is one of this is the first masterclass we are doing where we are going to have like a technical part, let's say let's say like a theoretical part, and then a practical one. So I hope you like it. I hope you're going to enjoy it. So yes, I'm going to start talking a little bit about my profile, so this way you can understand better why I'm here talking with you, why I'm going to teach you how to post, and also why it's important everything what I'm going to say, and I'm going to explain you these three different secrets I have about how to pose, like in shooting, or how I know how I have to pose in front of the camera. So first of all, my name is Nadine. I'm a professional model since I'm 15 years old. So I have a lot of experience in modeling. I have done like music videos, photo shootings. I've been in two different fashion contests. Also, I work as an actress. So I'm like doing a lot of different things inside the modeling industry. I'm also working as a content creator. So you can imagine how many different opportunities you have being a model, being like working with your face or with your body. You can also work inside the modeling industry as a hand model. So you have so many different options where you can work as a model that I'm going to explain you a little bit about like different options you can find and also how you have to pose in all these different options. And we will do a practical part that I think that this is really interesting for you guys because I'm going to be in front of the camera showing you like how you have to pose, and also I will give you some tips so you can like understand better like what they want from you and the different like poses you can do. So yes, this is me. And first of all, I want to thank all of you that I'm seeing here that we have a lot of different countries. So we have USA, Florida, Canada, Venezuela, Switzerland, India. Oh my God, thank you so much for being here. It's really exciting to be here talking with you guys. So yes, uh, I introduced myself, but in case you have any questions, you can ask me about my modeling career or anything else you need from me. Also, want to say that this is like the platform from the Model Academy that is the online course where you're going to learn everything about the modeling industry. We're doing this masterclass for you guys, but we want to improve more things for the students we're going to have in this Model Academy. So in case you're interested, we have the Model Academy for 29 euros. So you just need to click in the button below and there you're going to be one of my students. You can ask me anything about the modeling industry. And yes, and also I want to say that after this live, you're going to receive a PDF that I created, like telling you some things about this masterclass and also giving you some different examples about how to post. You will find like also some webpage where you can find some inspiration, but I will explain you everything and then you will receive this PDF with more information that I think that this is really useful, especially for the ones that are starting in the modeling industry. So, guys, I want to know if you're starting in the modeling industry, if you're already models or you're professional models, or if you're actors or actresses. I want to see what different profiles we have in the modeling industry right now here. So this way I can explain you more things. Um, so yes, what I'm going to teach you is really important to feel first of all confident in front of the camera because as you may know, this is like one of the most important things. The attitude in front of the camera, being prepared in front of the camera, being ready when you're like on set, and this is really really important. And also to be prepared during the shooting. I'm not talking about being ready. It means like have like knowing or understanding what you need to bring to the shooting because not all the time is the same. Not all the time you're going to work with like a full team. Maybe you're going to do your makeup, or maybe they're going to need from you some outfits. So I'm going to explain you like step by step what you need to ask them before going to the shooting. Um, thank you, all of you, that you're from all around the world. I'm seeing that here we have a new becoming model. So thank you, all of you, for being here with me. I think that this is going to be really interesting for you guys if you're starting in the modeling industry or if you're already in the modeling industry and you want to know more about how to pose. So yes, let's go in details. In this masterclass, I'm going to teach you the different projects from the modeling industry and how you have to pose in in each of them. This is really important because you're not going to pose in the same way in every different project because every project they're looking for different things. So you have to understand if they're like asking you for doing to do an editorial, what you're going to do, or they're asking you to work on e-commerce, what they're going to ask you, or what they expect from you. Also, two different secrets to a successful photo shoot. This is something I learned with experience, but I'm going to explain to you because this way I understood how I had to be in front of the camera, and how I had to be in front of all the team. Also, I'm going to teach you why communication is key. This is something you have to understand that at the end, the modeling industry is not just about going to the jobs, applying to the castings. It's much more than this. It's also about communication. And also where to find inspiration. I'm going to teach you some tips that I'm doing and that I'm like almost every week checking, well, with like different websites when I'm checking or what I'm looking when I'm like, well, I will explain you later better. But yes, I'm going to explain you where to find inspiration. So stay with me until the end because we're going to first explain everything, these three different secrets about how to post. Then I'm going to show you the practical things. So I'm going to be in front of you, showing you how to post so you can also practice with me, like the different poses I'm going to show you. And at the end, we're going to do the Q&A. So in case you have any questions, you can ask me now, but I'm going to start first of all explaining everything, and then we will go with the Q&A. So I will ask again if someone has any question, and I will be answering all your questions, guys. So, guys, you're in the right place if you really want to become a model and you feel ready for it, if you're motivated, and also, and really, really important, you won't give up. You have to understand that the modeling industry is a really difficult industry, guys. You're going to face different situations. You're going to face rejection, 100% sure. That's why the Model Academy is really important because this way you're going to be 100% prepared once you're going to decide to be inside the modeling industry. Inside the Model Academy, you're going to find all different topics you need to know to be inside the modeling industry. We are going to teach you the basic vocabulary that you need to know. Also, we are going to teach you how to go to a casting, how to go to a shooting, the essential material you need to have, and how to do it by yourself. This is really interesting, guys. And also, we're going to talk about more difficult things that are, for instance, fees, contracts, exclusivity, agencies, and payments. This is really important if you're in the modeling industry or if you're starting in the modeling industry to understand how they have to pay you or what you're going to find in every contract you're going to sign, or where do you have to, or if they're asking you for something, what they're asking for. Um, because this is really important to understand how the industry is working, and also to understand how what you're going to do in the modeling industry, and what they're paying and for what they are not paying. So yes, and I was also talking about how to, well, about don't giving up in the modeling industry, because rejection is something you're going to face. This is something we're talking in the Model Academy, and something you have to keep in mind. At the end of this live, I'm going to explain you a little bit about my rejection experience, because this way you're going to understand at least almost everything about the modeling industry, and also you're going to understand some situations you're going to have in the future that I think that is really important to have it in mind. But again, in the Model Academy, that is the online course where we are now, this masterclass is for you for free, because we want to give you all knowledge we have. You can be a student just clicking on the button below. And yes, guys, so for the ones that you're new here, I'm Nadine. I'm one of the instructors from the Model Academy. I'm the one that is going to be answering all your questions when you're having answers in the Model Academy. I will be replying to all your messages. So I'm here because I started in the modeling industry when I was 15 years old. I have a lot of experience. I was working for so many different, let's say, different projects in the modeling industry. I know how to pose in front of the camera. I know the different tricks I'm using to pose in front of the camera. I know that one of the most important things is to have attitude, to be prepared, to have the power, and to have energy to be in front of the camera, or to be ready to be in a photo shooting. And also, I know what you need to ask before and during a photo shooting, because this is something I was learning with experience. But now I know that I need to have some answers for some questions, so I'm 100% prepared when I'm going to the shooting. And this is also the way to feel like that you're ready to rock the modeling industry. So again, guys, thank you so much for being here. And we're going to start the masterclass right now. So the first thing I'm going to talk to you about is the projects in the modeling industry, projects as a model. So first of all, you have to understand that we have different projects where we can work as a model. You have e-commerce, you have editorials, you have music videos, you have content creation, you have a lot of different projects where you can work as a model. There's a platform, modelmanagement.com, where you're going to find different castings looking for different profiles. So sometimes we have questions about like, okay, I have these measurements, I have this case, what can I do, what I cannot do. So there you're going to find that you can fit in all different castings. So it's like an advice for you guys that you have to check modelmanagement.com, because it's a nice platform to find modeling jobs. So in case you're studying, there you're going to find a lot of different projects there. So why we need to understand like the different projects, or why we need to understand like the difference between each project, because you need to know how well at the end what they want in every different project, and how you have to pose in front of the camera. But the first thing you have to know is for who you're working. So the first questions you have to ask yourself, I mean, when you're like in front of, like, let's say the casting saying that you're selected, the first thing you need to do is to check their socials, the socials from the brand, the website. So this way you're going to understand better the brand for who you're working, or the photographer. This is also for photographers. So you have to look like what is the company like, what are their values, what do they want to transmit, and also you're going to ask why this is important, because it's not the same if let's say that there is a brand where they're using like more attractive clothes, or this is more classic. They want different expressions, they want different poses. It's not the same if you're working for a sport brand and they're like really energetic, and also they want to transmit that they have a lot of power. than if you're going to work for, let's say, a wedding brand where they're looking for something more soft, more elegant. So you can understand that it's not the same. And as a model, and if you're going to work with someone, you have to first understand like what they want to transmit and also like what they want from you. So usually this is a tip for you. Usually the brands use the same kind of photos all the time. So one tip I can give to you is that you have to check the last campaigns they did because this way you're going to understand better the kind of poses they like. So you can start practicing at home, like the different poses they have with different models, and this way you're going to understand better what they want from you. And also something you have to understand and you have to know is that what is the objective of the project or what brand are you going to work for? So why this is interesting? Because this way you will understand better what you have to highlight. For instance, if they want to show like sunglasses, is the brand a sunglasses brand, and they want to do like a lifestyle shooting, you're going to look more relaxed, more like you're chilling, you're sitting somewhere, you're drinking coffee or something like this. But if they want to do an e-commerce, it will be more like focusing on the accessory, for instance. So at the end, it's like, of course, different poses, and this is something you have to understand and you have to know because this way also you will go prepare like before going to the shooting, of course. Um, so let's close this project in the modeling industry part, and let's start with the secrets for a successful photo shoot. So these are just two secrets that you have to really know. First one is that the communication with the team and the photographer is key. And second, as I said before, you have to trust yourself. First one, why communication is key? So communication is key because this way you're going to understand better how everything is working, what they want from you, what they expect from the photo shooting, if you're doing right, if you're doing wrong. And also something really important is that you're going to feel more relaxed when you're with the team. So I will separate in two different parts. First one, before the photo shooting. Before the photo shooting, you can ask them for instance, the mood board. So this way, they will have some ideas about what they are looking for with different poses. This way, it will be better for you because you will find some inspiration, direct inspiration from them. They're always doing this because they want to have in mind what they're looking for in the photo shooting. You have to understand that at the end of photo shooting, it's maybe 12 hours you're going to be working. And there are a lot of different things to do. You will have makeup, you will have a hairstylist, you will have a fashion stylist also. So you're going to find like that you're going to be doing a lot of things. And then the photo shooting, it will be like for a lot of hours and they expect like from you to be prepared and really quickly. So to know before going to the shooting what you're going to do, or at least to have some inspiration, it will help you a lot. So don't hesitate to ask them for a mood board or if they have some ideas about what they expect from you, because this way you will look more professional. And also, like something you have to ask before is during the shooting, you will have to ask them like, I don't know, like different things. I mean, like we're going to work with a lot of different people. So communication is really important because during the shooting, you're going to be able to feel more relaxed. You know, if you're talking with someone and you're asking like, hey, can I help you? Or do you need something? Or like different things, this is also really important. And something I forgot is that before the shooting, it's also really important to ask them if you need to bring something with you. For instance, if this is a nice tip when you're going to a photo shooting to bring your own foundation because you know that this is your right foundation. So in case like the makeup artist doesn't have your tone, this way they're going to have exactly your tone if you bring it with you. Or for instance, if you have like, for instance, I have a 41 shoe size. So I'm always bringing my own shoes because, or I'm asking them if they need some shoes because I know that like not all the time they have my right size. So this way you're going to look 100% more professional. So again, about doing the shooting, you can also ask when you're in front of the camera, you can ask them like if the poses you're doing is what they're looking for, like what different shots they're using. For instance, if they're doing close-up photos, like you will know like how to pose. If you need to move your hand, if they're doing like medium shots, you will know like, okay, now I can play more. Or if they're doing like a full shot, you can, or general shot, you can like walk around, or you can like do different kind of shootings or shootings of photos, sorry. And the third secret is that inspiration is key. Why? We all started with our experience in the modeling industry, so it's completely normal to don't know like how to pose in front of the camera, or to feel a little bit nervous when it's your first time and you're in front of the camera and you have to pose. So, and you're going to feel a little bit low. So it's completely normal. My tip is that you need to check on magazines, you need to check on Instagram, Pinterest, you need to follow like different models, you need to check different magazines, everything. So this way you will have some poses in your mind that you can do. And this way you will feel more prepared. And this is also really interesting because you will know that you can do this kind of poses also. And something really important also is that inspiration is not everything. Also, you have to practice at home. So be in front of the mirror and practice different poses in front of the mirror. Check on Instagram like difficult poses, because like the natural ones are the most easy ones. At the end, it's like you will find that some shooting is like just like doing this with the hand or something like that, or just chilling and smiling. So this is something very basic that you have to practice at home. Like, okay, how I look better like from this side or this one, and also how I have to smile is also something really interesting to practice at home and to find some inspiration on Instagram or on Pinterest or on the internet. Is expressions. Expressions are key when you're posing. So you can find, you can like practice different expressions in front of the mirror. This is really important, really interesting. And also you will feel, it won't be your first time if you're going to start doing some expressions with a photographer, or if a brand is asking you to do some expressions with the clothes or something. This way you will be more prepared. So yes, after all this explanation, we have that we have different projects where you can pose in different ways. Communication is key, as well as trust yourself. And inspiration is really important to keep in mind, or to have in mind like different poses you can do in a photo shooting. So now, guys, we're going to start with the practice section. So first of all, as I said before, it's really important that you're going to practice this at home, that when you're going to a shooting, for instance, the day before, like to practice in front of the mirror or something to find some inspiration. If you're asking for the mold board, like try to do the different poses they're looking for. So this way, when you're going there, if they want like, I don't know, like a shooting with a chair, you will understand better like the different poses you can do with the chair. And this is something I'm doing, even like with my almost 10 years of experience, I'm still doing right now, because this way I know that I will feel more prepared in front of the camera, and also that I will offer them like different poses that I didn't do before. So this way you're going to find, and you're going to challenge yourself, and also you're going to improve as a model. So first of all, poses. You will find, as I said before, that depending on the different projects, there are different poses. For instance, when you're working for an editorial, you will see that it's more about movement, that it's more artistic. So they're not looking for maybe like the typical, like, I don't know, like really static pose. They're looking for something more fresh. Also, it depends, because it's not the same if you're posing for an editorial for like a specific photographer that they're using more attitudes, than for a photographer that they're like more soft attitudes. So it depends. You can always ask. Feel free to ask. Don't hesitate to ask. This way, you will be prepared, and also you will look more professional, as I said before. And also, what I was saying is that poses, for instance, in the other hand, the e-commerce is more static poses. Why? Because they're going to focus on the brand, on the clothes you're wearing. So if you're showing, for instance, a dress, you will have to show the dress from the different angles. So you will be in front of the camera, and also you will be like looking around or whatever, and you will have to show the dress, for instance, in different poses. So they will focus on the dress and not on you. This is something you have to understand because e-commerce is about this. For instance, e-commerce is like the different photos you can find in a website when you're looking and you want to buy online. Then likes. This is an important thing you have to keep in mind. I think that this is something when we're in front of the camera, we are not really thinking about it. But likes are really important because they're always trying to illuminate your face. But also the photographer maybe is going to ask for different angles. So for instance, you can see that here I have the light. So I will do like the shooting this way because you can see all my face illuminated and you are not going to look the shadow that I have here. For instance, I couldn't put before like the light behind the computer, so that's why it's this way. But in a photo shooting, you will have it this way. All the time, you will see that different photographers are going to try different things with you, like different lights, or maybe they're going to put the light behind of you. So you will see that it depends on the project. It depends on what they're looking for. They will try different things, but keep in mind that in general, they're always looking that the light is like in front of you and you have like everything illuminated. Another thing, poses depending on shots. So the part is that you have to understand kind of shot they're using because this way you will understand better like how to pose and like with what can you pose. For instance, your hands, your arms, your legs, if you can turn around, if you can use your hands here. So it's really important to know like where they are like putting the focus of the camera. So you can ask them during the photo shooting. It's not a problem. And yes, it will be better because this way you will understand better what they are doing. So I'm going to show you like different poses you can do and also the different shoots you're going to have. Also in the PDF, you will find more information about it. So for instance, the close-up will be something like this, okay? So you can see that here is like the camera and I can play, for instance, with my hands here, like this, you will see, and also with the expression. Here you can play a lot with your expression. It's really important. So here we have hands and expression and face. Also something really important is that you have to practice at home that you can be like looking to the camera like this, like this. Also, of course, you have to take into account that the light is here. So the photographer 100% sure is always going to ask me to look this way. And also something really important is that not all the time where you're going to do close-up shots, you're going to be in front of the camera. So also you can be like this, and this is also a close-up shot. But this way you can do like this. You have to take into account here that your face have to be like a little bit up. So all the time you have to be up your face and then this down. You can do like this. Okay, so this is like simple poses you can do in front of the camera with close-up shots. Then let's go for a medium shot. Medium shot will be the one that I was using before. Sorry that I'm moving my camera. So medium shot is something like this. It will be like more under like this. Okay, so here we have more the hands and the arms. So you can play here with your hands. You can also do the same. So at the end, it's just to take into account that you're showing more your body. And also something really important is that don't be afraid about playing with your arms. So for instance, if you're doing an e-commerce, I will show you later like what kind of shit you have to do. But if you're doing an editorial, don't hesitate to put up like your hands up or something like this, or to move your arm or something like to look like you're dancing. At the end, this is like playing. They're going to look for different movements. So don't think that you're like looking I don't know, crazy or something. They're taking a lot of shoots. So 100% sure something is going to look really good. So this is medium shoot and then general shoot. I'm going to try to do it. I'm not sure if you will be able to see everything. Okay. I'm sorry guys, this is like the way I have it. So medium shoot is something like this. Okay, so you can see here that I can play with my hands, I can play with my arms, and also with my legs. So here, my dress is like a little bit oversized, but well, you can see here that I can play like this, I can do this, this. So there are like different poses you can do with your abs, with your legs. You can also balance your body. So for instance, like this, like this, you can stand like this with your arms. You have to practice this at home. As I said before, inspiration is key, and you're going to find a lot of different poses you can do in this kind of shooting. So yes, I mean, and also like from behind, to do like this, it's really cool. Or use your hands like this. This is something we are always using. And what I was saying before is e-commerce. Editorial is going to be more soft. You will see that editorials are the pictures that are in magazines, and e-commerce, for instance, is something like more static. So when you're in front of the camera and you're doing e-commerce, you will see that the girl is always looking the same. So it'd be like, if we're, for instance, if we're showing this dress, it will be something like this, like normal, smiling if they want something like more, let's say more soft, more friendly, or like without smiling if they are have more attitude. So it will be something like this, or like this, or like this. So you can find like different things. Also, something that they want to show, it's like from different angles, like the dress. So maybe you're going to have some pictures like this, like looking this way. And then, of course, it will be like from behind. So here you just need to relax or maybe put your hands here or like this, like this. You can always ask them what they're looking for. So don't hesitate when you're in the shooting. Like, okay, do you want something more like this? Do you like this pose? What do you think about what I am doing? So communication, as I said before, is key. So don't hesitate when you're in a shooting to ask them like different things about what you're doing. I'm almost 10 years in the modeling industry, as I said before, and I'm asking them if it is okay, if they're happy with what I'm doing, if they like what I'm doing, if they have something, other ideas. So 100% sure they will appreciate if you really care about what you're doing in front of the camera. You really care about like if the work is like as they expect or not. And always you will be prepared to change something or to do different poses. So you have to understand that if you're working with a lot of people with a team, they will always help you if you ask for help. So if you like, okay, I don't know how to do this pose, so can we change it? Or can you help me doing this pose? Or can you give me some guidance about like what do you need from me? So don't hesitate to ask. It's better if you ask than if you don't ask and you feel lost. So yes, this is everything about the practical part. But I want also to give you some tips. I have here like some sunglasses. Well, one sunglasses, but I'm going to show you like, okay, if we have an accessory, for instance, if we have some sunglasses, like how we have to pose. So for instance, like the most basic things is if you're working for an e-commerce, you can do like this, you can hold it, you can do it like this, or with the other hand, because this way they will see like the sunglasses. So you have to take into account if you're moving your hand, where you're putting your hand and where they look in front of the camera. So for instance, this one will be wrong if they really want to show the brand. So you will have to hide it, to take it with the other hand. Okay. So we have this, this, you can also do this. So at the end, it's like play with the sunglasses. Okay. Again, they will have a mood board about what they're looking for, or also you can check their last campaigns. And we have here also a code that I want to show you because this one is really interesting when you're working with a brand and they're like giving you a jacket or a coat. It's really important if they want to show it, what you have to do with the code. So for instance, I'm going to show you again how to do it. Sorry guys that we're doing this way, but this is a live, so this is like the best way. So you can hold it like this. You can put your arm here. I'm sorry that this is black and black, but I'm like, here is my dress and here is the coat. So you can do it like this, like this. You can also do it like this. If they want to show the coat, like always take into account that you have to wear it like in a good way. Also, you can do it like this. So like to hold part of the coat behind and to do it like this. You can take it off and just have it in your hand like this. And also something I'm always doing, if they like it, because sometimes the brand doesn't like it because you're like changing something of the clothes, is that I'm like using with this side of the clothes. So I'm like holding it this way or this way. You can also play with your hands, like one up, one down, at the other paw, like this. So at the end, it's like you have to play, you have to feel confident. This is really important to feel confident when you're posing. And one that I wanted to explain you is one of the most, it's a basic one, but it's also a difficult one. And I think that almost all of us, so like a picture on the magazine or a picture on the internet with this post, and it's the one when someone is working, okay? So usually when they're doing this kind of shit, it's this, I mean like the photo, it's, well, they did the photo this way. So the model is always doing this. It's really funny. I'm going to like change a little bit, like there's the camera. It's really funny when you see it in the first time because it's like, or when you do it in the first time because it's like, okay, what's wrong? But at the end, this is the way we do it, okay? So you will see the model doing all the time like this, all the time. I'm going to put the camera down so this way you can see my legs. We're doing this, like all the time with the same hand. So this is something you have to practice at home. And also, something really interesting from this post is that it's not just about moving the legs, but sometimes also they are asking you to jump. So this way you will do it like this. And also you have to take into account that your face has to look good. So practice this at home because it's difficult. Well, it's a little bit difficult, but it's not impossible. So it's a really good one if you're starting in the modeling industry to start like practicing these kind of poses that are a little bit difficult for you. But you will do it. All models did it once at least. So yeah, I mean, this is all the information I had to give you guys. I want to say just that you just have to relax and enjoy the experience. It's a really nice experience when you're in front of the camera, when you're doing a shooting, when you're working with a team, when you're working with a brand. So just focus on like the experience, relax, ask the questions I said before, because it's where you will feel more relaxed, more prepared in the shooting. So thank you guys for being here. It's a pleasure. And yes, and now I will start with the Q&A. So I'm going to check here some of the questions you have, guys. So in case you have any questions, you can ask me now. How do you make it out during music videos? Okay, so you will see that it's completely different when you're working in a music video because, for instance, when you're working for a photo shooting, it's more static. You're going to be in front of the camera, so it's nothing like moving. But also you can practice at home to do like kind of acting. For instance, in a music video, maybe they're going to ask you to laugh, or maybe going to ask you to drink a coffee or to walk around or to dance. So you have to also like practice it. It's it sounds stupid that you have to practice like when someone is like in front of you with the camera and you have to act normal, but this is something you have to do it because sometimes it's like kind of difficult because you have a camera in front of you. But yes, in a music video they will need more movement, so also you can practice at home like kind of dance. I'm always like honestly, I'm always doing like kind of this, when I'm posing and they want movement. So this way they will catch like some soft moments, eye movement. So yes, I mean, practice at home. If you're going to work for a music video and there, for instance, I don't know, like ask for the song or ask for the band. So this way you will understand better what kind of like music videos they're going to do with you. And this way you will be prepared and you can practice a little bit at home. So yes, guys, I have here some questions about the Model Academy. The Model Academy, you just have to click in the button below. It's a course when we are going to teach you everything about the modeling industry. So this was just a masterclass about how to post, but they're going to find more information about the modeling industry. You're going to find about like how to post, how to go to a casting, essential materials you need to have, also payment fees, exclusivity, agencies, everything. And also, in case you have any questions, I will be the one that is going to reply you all your messages. So you can ask me and we can work together doing this amazing course. Today is 29 euros. So if you need it and you want it, you just need to click in the button below. And I would be really happy in case you have any questions to ask me through the email. And yes. Okay, so I have here more questions. Any special advice for a men model? Yes. Um, I'm going to give you the advice I'm always giving to the different models because I've been doing some training to models like for 1 or 2 years now. Um, Something the industry is not going to explain you and you're going to face is something I'm going to tell you. The modeling industry is a difficult industry because there is a lot of competition. There is a lot of people that want to be inside the modeling industry. So you have to understand that. And also you have to understand that when they're looking for a profile for a project and you're applying to the casting, they're looking maybe for just one person. And this is something you have to understand. Why? Because you're going to face a lot of rejection, 100% sure. When I started in the modeling industry and I was 15 years old, I didn't know anything about the modeling industry. And I was there like, okay, I'm going to a lot of castings, but no one is selecting me. So what's wrong with my profile? I'm good to be a model. I'm good enough. I was comparing myself. So this is a lot of things that you're going to ask yourself when you're going to start working as a model because 100% sure, like one day they're going to tell you no for a project. So I was asking myself all the time, all the time, all the time. Something you have to understand that is completely normal. Like they're looking for just one profile, and it doesn't mean that you're not good to be in the modeling industry. I mean, like the fact is that they're looking for someone maybe with different attitude, maybe with a different, I don't know, like movement or maybe that it's good like that they have a special skill or something and maybe it's not your right project but it doesn't mean that you're not good enough to be in the modeling industry. When I was 16 years old I was like completely let's say tired of going to the castings. I was like, no one is selecting me, why do I have to continue doing this? But 2 years ago I changed my attitude. I was like, okay, I understand, I learned that rejection is something I'm going to face 100% sure. I want to be in the modeling industry. Yes. I want to fight for it. Yes. I want to work as a model. Yes. Okay. So let's go for it. So the best advice I can give to you, even if you're a woman, if you're a man, if you're a person and you want to be in the modeling industry, I'm going to give you the advice. Continue fighting for your dreams. Don't give up. Have attitude. Be ready in front of the camera. That's why the Model Academy is really important and really interesting. When I started, I didn't have any knowledge in the modeling industry. But then with the experience, I learned like the different things we're going to teach you in the Model Academy. The Model Academy is really interesting because this way you're going to learn everything you need to know in the modeling industry. And this is not just about posing like this one. This is really interesting because I give you some tips. I mean, I didn't explain you like, okay, you have to put your hand like this, like this. You have to move your, I don't know, like your legs like this or your arms like this. And you have to no, this is not about this. I explain you the tips behind it. Like ask the photographer before, ask the team if they need something. Bring your own shoes. This is the important thing when you're in the modeling industry. And this is something we're going to teach you during all the model academy. We're not going to explain you typical things. We're going to explain you everything we learn with experience. So the only yes, so the advice I will give to you is that once you know everything about the modeling industry with the model academy, um, that you're ready, just don't give up. Continue fighting, continue working for your dreams. For instance, I'm like almost 10 years in the modeling industry. I'm rejected nowadays. I mean, like I'm going to a lot of castings. I'm applying to a lot of different castings. And in modelmanagement.com, for instance, the platform I told you before. And I'm not selected in all of them. But I'm continue fighting. I'm continue talking with the photographers, with companies, with brands. I'm there. I mean, I'm awake. I'm every day applying to castings. I'm every day building my career. So, guys, again, if you want to know everything about the modeling industry, you have the Model Academy that is all the experience from different professionals. So, we were a team talking like, okay, what like people need to know about the modeling industry. We put everything together, we did the videos, and we created the Model Academy that you can have access just clicking on the button below. So this is for you guys. Today is 29 euros. If you have any questions, you can always ask me. You can always ask us. We're going to send you also the PDF about this masterclass. But yes, guys, I mean, like, thank you so much to you for being here because at the end, we want just to share our knowledge. We want to give you the best tips for you to be in the modeling industry. I hope you like this masterclass. We create all this content with all our love. So thank you so much, guys, for being here. Again, the Model Academy is a really interesting online course that you can course wherever you are. Today it's 29 euros. Just if you click on the button below, you will go straight there. And yes, guys, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for having this nice time with me. And I hope this also motivates you to start your modeling career. So I hope like once you're going to finish this life, you're going to like, for instance, go to modelmanagement.com and create your profile to start in the modeling industry in the digital way, because there you're going to find a lot of digital projects everywhere in the world, and you will be able to apply to all of them online. Thank you, guys. I mean, I'm receiving some comments saying thank you. Thank you to you. It was a pleasure. It was really nice to talk with all of you here. Um, yes, we have here a photographer. As a photographer, yes, bring your own shoes. Turn and find out what sort of clothes you be wearing. Yeah, it's like this. I mean, like, I'm not lying. You can see it. So, guys, thank you so much for being here. It was a pleasure. Again, the Model Academy, you can have access. You can be one of my students. We can like build your modeling career together. You can ask me whenever you whatever you need from me. So thank you so much for being here. I will send you the PDF after this live. And yes, thank you guys for being here. It was a pleasure, and see you, I hope, in the Model Academy.